have prepared all these bones and joints for our designs, meaning the principles and methods of interaction designing, UX design laws, did some user research, drew the wireframes, and made the paper prototypes. Now it's time for us to take a look at the ingredients for the muscle and skin for the products. The user interface designing, it's all about the visuals. Today we will take a look at what visual design is all about and some color theories and some basic HTML and CSS. To make a product interface visually attractive and understandable, we need to see what these 8 things are. As I mentioned before, user interface design, UI, visual designing is all about the visuals. Well, you can include the sounds and feeling in addition to the visuals, but visuals are the biggest concern. UI is all about adding the skin on the bones and muscles. We are learning about these topics in order to understand what people would want to see or would expect to see from your visual designs, such as colors and color coding, and these color things would include understanding of what color goes well with what and what color symbolizes what meaning, and that's like green color is for go forward, accept or okay button, or eco-friendly or green energy, and graphic design rules and principles like balancing elements and gestalt theories. Gestalt theories, that is about how people perceive design elements, and grid system to make look the design elements organized and visually stable, contrast in size and color, etc. These are to highlight the important things, the hierarchy of the design elements, and typography, and that is about understanding what kind of text style that users want to see and expect, also what they symbolizes. Pen. As you can see, they are not separate topics because I try to find the connections and relevance here by connecting these. You see these connections because you can make a contrast with typography style, or you can show hierarchy with alignment. Or you can make a design elements balanced with gestalt theories. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. Okay, but before we start with colors, let's try some basics of connecting CSS with HTML so that we can try adding some color to it. Yay. I know we are doing the design parts mostly in this class with design tools, not the programming, but since you are in your 3rd and 4th year, I thought we can just quickly go through these as the preparation of your interactive prototyping. I think you know them well, but maybe some of you forgot and needed these reviews. What I'm trying to do here is just starting a static page with HTML. You put the elements and content tags inside this HTML opening and closing tag, except some exceptional ones. You add CSS cascading style sheets to HTMLs to give the HTML the attractiveness. Well, if I take the usual example of bones and skin, HTML is the bones and CSS the skin. I think you can say that. Anyways, you have head and body like a person, head tags here, and body tags. Head tag includes usually the invisible ones on your page design. Head tag's role is to inform the web browser about what the body tag contains. It informs the web browser. Head tag also calls the other external files and other plugins. Okay, on the other hand, body contains the visible contents on the page. Let's see how this works. Okay, I've prepared the file. Let's open with a notepad here. Here, I've typed the code, exactly the same code here, and let's see what it does. Okay, welcome to web programming. As I said, the body contains welcome to web programming, and I think we should do it like this. Here. Okay. And like this. You can fast forward the video now. Okay, welcome to web programming here. Okay, okay. Now let's see. Some attributes. Well, HTML does have its own attractiveness attributes, but it's easier to connect separate CSS code to it. We'll do that later in the next slide, but first let's take a look at the example here. You can add font color equals blue as the tag name and style, and this blue is for what comes inside the font tag. Oh, HTML is not case sensitive. You won't see errors even when you typed everything in caps lock, but most people use lowercase. As I said, there are some exceptional no closing tags. Here it is, BR break line tag. That's called also empty element tag. Okay, let's see the result. Okay, let's see the basic tags. Color attributes. Oh, I wrote not blue in here. I wrote the color salmon, not blue, so that's why the color is salmon pink. So you gave the color attribute inside the HTML to what's written inside the font tag. Okay, let's see the next one. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake here on the code. I mean on the slide. Forgot the slash on the closing tag font tag. Okay, also you can use either single or double quotations on the property value here. This blue thing. Property value. What's inside this double or single quotation is called property value. Let's see these simple codes real quickly before we get into CSS basics. Okay. Basic tags. Here. What's written inside here is I've typed everything exactly as it's written on the slide. You can type them or just copy and paste what I uploaded on the Google Classroom and see what it does. Center break line. pre-formatted tag. You can write comments. It's invisible on the visible page. You can see these. The thing I wrote here, this another list and list item. This is very important because many people use these tags in menu when they making menus on their web pages. Okay. CSS. Let's do some CSS. We have here internal CSS example here, meaning CSS code is written inside the HTML. You use a style tag for the cascading style sheets, CSS codes. It's written inside in the head tag. This is how it works. You add style to your HTML tags written inside. Let me prepare the pen here. You have body tag, heading 1 tag, P tag, and you give style each inside the style tag. You have body, heading 1, and paragraph. Simple, right? Okay, let's see the result. Okay. Oh, where is it? Okay. Sorry about that. This is internal CSS. The result is here. I have actually how can I see it? Okay. The body I have inside the HTML. Inside the body I have heading 1, set menu, and P for contact information paragraph here. And I gave a style is using CSS inside the style tag. I've gave the body tag a background color of powder blue, and heading 1 the color white, and paragraph the color gray. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, now external CSS, you delete the style tag. You put link tag instead with the link to your separate CSS file here. You copied everything in your style tag into a different file. The extension will be CSS, not HTML, and you leave the HTML code inside the HTML file. Okay, same code, same result, but separate files, HTML and CSS. Well, this was for your preparation of your making your high fidelity prototypes. Cool. Now, for the real colors. Okay, let's see if I'm still recording. Yes, I'm recording. Okay, for now, for real colors, you see these abbreviations all the time, right? Maybe not all the time, but at least once a while. RGB, RYB, SMYK. RYB stands for red, yellow, blue. RYB, RYB. Those are the primary colors that you can draw a rainbow on a paper. They are the primary traditional base colors on the color wheel, ready to be mixed. Then you mix each those colors and you get the secondary colors. You mix as a subtractive way. You mix these primary colors, you get this red, blue, you get purple, red, yellow, you get orange, and yellow, blue, you get green. Yeah, that's how you paint the rainbow. Well, if you mix all these primary colors, you get black, pure black. Okay, and then you mix those primary and secondary color to get the tertiary colors. Simple. Okay, like blue mixed with green, you get blue-green, and you mix red with orange, you get red-orange. Well, now you have the full 12 colors of traditional color wheel ready to be mixed with some black or white or light. These 12 colors are called also hue colors. say it again. Collectively, there are 12 pure colors, including primary, secondary, and tertiary. These 12 colors. Okay, 0 to 360. Wheel, circle. Okay, hues are important to remember when combining two primary colors to create secondary and to create tertiary. Okay, if you mix these 12 hues with white, you can change the lightness of the color, as you can see here with blue. Here, that's lightness of the color. You get 100% light. You get white, 0% light. I mean 0% white. You get this bluish black, maybe 100% black. Okay. If you see, if you change the amount of light that is exposed on the color, you change the value of the color. Here, you get 100% light. This was white, and this is light. You get 100% light. You get this full pure color. No light, black, 0%. Okay. With white mix, as I said, you get tint. When gray mix, not gray mix, you get tone. With black mix, you get shades of the colors. You can change the amount of gray, white, black mix. You get thousands. Well, I don't know, so many types of color. Okay. When you deal with colors in design programs like Photoshop or even coding, you will get used to these terms, these HSL, hue saturation lightness, HSV, hue saturation value, HSB, hue saturation brightness. We've just did here. Okay, and also hexadecimal colors. For example, here, this hue saturation brightness, red, green, blue, this hexadecimal color, and cyan, magenta, yellow, black, these. Or in some coding, this is hexadecimal value to give color to your codes, and this RGB value, red, green, blue. Okay. Okay. Oh, and saturation here is the, as I said, it's the purity of the color. 100% saturation means 100% pure color. 0% saturation is like this white grayish color. It's the purity of the color. Oh, and RGB here, red, green, blue here. Let's connect it with additive. These colors were made with these, meaning these colors were made with traditional subtractive method, used subtractive method of mixing the colors. RGB is light, not color painting on your paper. It's light. So with RGB method, you get red RGB, meaning additive color method. You add red and blue, you get this magenta. You get blue and green, you get the cyan, and red and green, you get this yellow. Cyan, magenta, yellow, black. CMYK. Cool. Okay. You can print the rainbow on a paper with this CMYK colors. Okay. Cool. Oh, if you add RGB, if you add RGB, you get white. If you subtract RYB, you get black, as I said here. Okay, now we have to know how to use these. We have here the analogous color. They are formed by pairing one main color with two directly next to it and two more next to them. You use analogous color here, when you're creating softer user interfaces. Complementary color here. Let me delete. Okay. When you get when you get where was I? Okay, complementary colors are two colors directly to each other. On the color wheel, this scheme provides a lot of contrast. Well, contrast is, we are going to take a look at contrast next week. Saturation, as I said, is the main hue color mixed with both black and white to create saturation or tone. It's actually rarely used within user interface design, and it's more commonly used in filters on Instagram photos and images. Tint is also not really used in user interfaces. As I said, tint is a hue mixed with white. Where you get these colors when you add lightness value on HCL. HSL. Here, lightness. Tint. Okay. Where was I? Okay. There are various shades of this one. Shade. Shade is the color that you get when you add black to any given hue. Various shades are the quantity of black added to the hue. You get these colors when you change the V of HSV or B as in HSB, brightness value, here on your codes or on your designs. Okay. Okay, we will take a look at more on colors next class. Okay, see you.